So, hey, it's been a while. um, COVID and quarantine and all that fun stuff kind of took over everything, and there was nothing really going on to share. We quarantined in the house, I'm high risk, as you know. So we pretty much spent the summer with a group of four, I guess, families that we were comfortable with, that we saw every now and then, always outside. Um, and other than that, we pretty much kept to ourselves. Perfectly pleasant summer. Excuse me. Um, but I just wanted to give a really quick update on my Libre and my Omnipod because I realized it popped up in my Facebook memories um, that like next week, I guess, next week, the week after, um, is going to be 1 year that I've been on the Omnipod. Last week, it was a year since everything came, and it took a little bit for me to see the doctor, and like I had to wait a little while before I could officially start it. Um, so it's been almost a year on the Omnipod at this point, and I have to say I love it. Absolutely love it. Um, yes, there are definitely things that are a pain. It would be amazing if it lasted longer than 3 days. Um, some of the alerts are kind of annoying. You can change those settings. Um, there are some alerts that I kind of need though. So I haven't turned off all of them. I have a tendency to forget to bolus for lunch. So I have an alert to remind me to bolus for lunch. Um, and because I have alerts set up in general, you can't turn off all of them, which is fine. Um, but um, it's been amazing. It's been absolutely amazing. Totally worth it. Um, so much better than injecting myself 8 to 10 times a day. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Oh, I can't even. Um, and the last time I had my A1C checked was in August. I haven't seen my endocrinologist. I saw him by video. I saw him by video, I guess last May. And he said not to bother with blood work at that point because he could see on my Libre that I was pretty steady. Um, but then I had to have a physical over this towards the end of the summer in August, and they checked my A1C then, my primary did, and my A1C was 5.9. So, I mean, I've never been like a crazy junk food eater. I still do every now and then, and I can bolus for it. Um, but yay, yay. So the Omnipod has definitely been awesome for me. I would definitely highly recommend looking into it. I know that there are other systems that last longer. I don't want to deal with tubes, I'll be honest. um, Between kids and pets and just everything, I know that tubes would get caught on everything all the time. Um, so I just don't want to go there. The only issue that I've had with the Omnipod was it's okay to get it wet. Like I shower with it every day. Um, I had to be careful swimming with it over the summer. I did have a couple times where I I didn't stay in too long. You're only supposed to stay in for about an hour when you have the pod on, and I was very careful of that. Um, but still, even though I was in for maybe 40 minutes, and I could see, like in the little window, that it had like condensation, like it had gotten wet, and it stopped working after that. Um, so I have to say though, Omnipod's customer support is fabulous. Over the past year, I've had maybe 10 pods fail on me. Maybe. Not that many. Um, but anytime I've had an issue, I've called, they've just asked to know what happened, basically, so they can keep track. And they've just mailed me a new pod. Not a big deal at all. They've been great. So I very highly recommend looking into the Omnipod if you're checking out pumps. As far as my Libre, the last time I chatted about this in the spring, I was hating it. And I was trying to switch to the Dexcom. I don't know what happened, honestly. I don't know if there was just a really bad batch of Libres out there floating around and I was just getting all the bad ones. But something happened in the last 6 to 9 months where they've been accurate. Like sometimes dead on. They're not fantastic with my fasting sugar, just because I definitely have the dawn effect going where it's like it's funny. You can actually see it. Like while I'm still lying in bed, I'll scan and I'll get one number and I'll get up and go to the bathroom and walk to the kitchen, whatever, and scan again, and it's gone up. And the Libre can't keep up with it quickly enough. So it's always off with my fasting. So I always check with my meter. But for most of the rest of the day, it's pretty good. It's within 10 to 15. There have been some times that it's been exact over the last 6 months. So I don't know if they just had a bad batch, and that's what I had going on last winter, because they were super far off, very unreliable. But whatever, I don't know if they've changed anything, but whatever has happened between then and now, they're working fantastic now. So I'm very happy to stay with them. Looking into the Dexcom, no matter what I did with insurance, all of it, it just stayed too expensive. And quite frankly, I didn't need all of the benefits that it gave. I don't typically have super high highs. Like a little over 200 is high for me. And that's if I miscalculate my bolus. And I feel that, like I feel kind of sick, and I check and I correct. And I do have lows, but I typically feel them coming. And I don't really, at this point, I feel it and I don't really need to be alerted. I know that I will reach a point where I don't really feel it as much. And there have been a couple times where I've felt like I was a little bit low, and then I've checked and it's been like 50 something, and I was like, oh crap, I didn't think it was that low. So, I mean, it's a reality. I'll eventually get there. And at that point, I will definitely, it doesn't matter the cost, definitely will invest in the Dexcom, because those alerts will be essential. But at this point, I don't really need that. So definitely, and yes, please don't tell me all again. I've gotten a lot of comments about things like the Myo and the, what else? There's just so many different ones that you can put the thing on top of your Libre to make it like a Dexcom to transmit. I've looked into them. I'm good. Thank you. It just gets bulky. I don't want to go there. I'm good with just being able to scan when I need to. So if you're looking into either of these systems, I'm very happy with both. I've been using, like I said, the Omnipod for about a year. The Libre, I think in the spring, it'll be 2 years. So, I mean, a decent amount of time. And I do still check my sugar on my meter twice a day, like I said, for my fasting. And then I usually check for dinner too, just to make sure that it's fairly close. And it usually is. So happy with both. Good control. So yay. I hope that you all are staying happy and healthy and safe and have had a wonderful holiday. And I will see you soon.